Alright, so I think this should be good now. I have my little timer here so you can see how long it's taking. Right now we're starting it. This is on the Daily Killer Sudoku site. So let's get going. Okay, so first things first. I don't like seeing this, it distracts me. We have 9 here, so that's nice to know. 11 here is gonna be no, not 6, 5, because this would be 8 plus 3, yeah. Which helps here, because we know this is 9, so we can go 8, 7, 6, 4. Cool. And we keep going, so this is a 1, 2, and 3, 7, 4, 6. Nothing yet here, but we'll just indicate this. And let's look for shapes. I don't see any off the top of my head. That doesn't mean they don't exist, but like this is a shape for these two. Obviously, there's a shape here from all of this. And in classic DKS fashion, there's a mirrored shape here. So if we figure that one out, that could be helpful. Is there any vertical bars or horizontal? Oh, this is nice. This is about as hard of math as this, but the more we know, the better. And that would also help us figure out the 3 here. So let's do this for now. I feel like this will be a little bit nicer. Also, just solve this. 3, 4, 6, 7 here means this has to be 1, 2, 5, 6. It cannot be a 3, 4, because that would eliminate all options from this 10. And this 2, 6 here cannot happen because the 1, 2, 5, 6 here. And then similarly, that eliminates 5, 7 from here, leaving it like this. So not completely gone on the options, but a nice steady elimination there, which might help out here. In fact, we can try and work out if this is a 1, 6, this is 3, 5, and this is 4, 8. If this is 2, 5, this is 1, 7. So we know 1's here and here, so this can't be a 1 anymore. So that'll be helpful, I think. So we'll keep going. Yeah, so no 1's in these squares. Actually, that might have actually solved it. So since there's no 1 here, no 1 here, and then these are all greater than 11, no 1 here, which puts this as a 1, 6, which makes this 3, 5, which makes this 4, 8. This is now 6, 8, and that's a 3, 7. And now this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this becomes 7, 9. And this can't be a 7. This can't be a 2. This can't be a 3 or a 5. This can't be a 4. Okay. Now we know this is a duo pair, so let's try and solve that one, shall we? Let's see. So 30, 38, 41, 45, 55, 65, 73, 93, 97. So we know this can't be a 9, and this has to be a 2, which makes this a 9. And voila. All right. And then 3, 6, 7, 5. This can't be that. And there we go. Now we actually know this can't be any of these. So nice when these things start coming together. Okay, and then this is not a 4. And that actually helps here because we know this can't be 1, 9 or 4, 6. So it has to be 2, 3, 7, 8, which just by Sudoku logic would be 1, 4, 5, 6 here. Let's see. And that makes this a 1, 5, and a 6. Now we can get this to be a 3, 5, and then just by Sudoku logic, this is going to be a 2, 7. Fun times with Sudoku logic. Okay. Any of these things that we can do? I mean, this has been a lot. And we determined that this was a 9 already, so this can't be a 4. Numlock got turned on. That can't be a 2, so this has to be 1, 3 or a 6, 8. Which also means that 2 is down here. And this is also like that. And now we have 1, 2, and 5 are down here. And also 6 is chilling up here. And we have 3, 4, and 9. So this is 2, 8, 2, 1, 2, 8. This is now 2, 5. Like, this is the joy of these lower difficulty Sudoku puzzles, is that they get hammered out pretty quick. So this is 6, 7, which makes this 14 here. And we can go now. I was kind of ignoring this one at the start. I'm just filling some stuff in. And now it's easily fillable in. I sometimes will do that where I don't want to overwhelm myself with information at the start of puzzles, and I think most of the time that helps because it keeps things from getting overwhelming, but sometimes it can be detrimental. So by Sudoku logic, or actually no, we can use clear Sudoku logic here. So this is 16 plus 27, which is a 3 something. 43 plus 11, 54. So this is our 9. And now we can use Sudoku logic to make these 4, 7. And then we can do some other stuff here. So this is 13 plus 9. It's going to be, excuse me, just had to get a drink. 13 plus 9 is 22. So this is 5. We already have 2, 3 here. So this has to be 1, 4. And that solves that for us, which breaks this open. Yeah. Breaks that open. And that actually answers this one, which is going to be an 8. Now we can go and we get that. And this actually solves this. Very nice. And we're well on our way here. Let's see. So, looks like we have... So this we've known for a while can't be this because of this 8 down here. We haven't been able to solve that one yet. Actually, no, we can. So we know this can't be 3, 9. We know it can't be 5, 8. And the reason why we know it can't be 5, 8 is because the 8's here. No, it can't be 3, 9 because the 9's here. So this has to be 5, 7. Oops. Here, here. Oop, there we go. And then because this is a 3, that's a 9, 4, 9. And we got duos now. but that doesn't really help us out here. It does help this, which now makes us a 1, 4, which is nice. And now this is a 2. This has to be a 1 because of this 4 here. And I think, yeah, that's a 7. That's a 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Got it. That's a 1, 8. All right, moving right along. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So this can't be 1, 6, but it can be 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 2, 3, 5, and 2, 4 here. There we go. And we got that. That does solve this, actually. I was going to say it doesn't, but it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very nice. And that solves here, which solves here. And this is actually our 2. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the fact that I don't see any 3s in this row is a good sign, means that I'm actually solving this puzzle correctly. That's always a worry. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, if you mess up the math one time, you get put in a difficult spot pretty quickly. So 2, 5, 3, 4. So this has to be 1, 6. And it looks like we're going to wrap up our first puzzle here. 2, 5, 7. Easy peasy. And there we go. 11 minutes, 41 seconds. So I will pull up the second puzzle here, and you will, yeah, you'll see me in a few seconds. Puzzle 2 underway. Sorry about the timer kind of starting, but similar sort of deal as last time. I'm trying to record these in sort of one shots. Okay, well this square is immediately candidate for that, which usually implies here, so that'll be nice 4 digits. Is there any easier math though? This could be something eventually, but not yet. And then we also have here, which would also open up these 2, which would then open up these. Yeah, if we can figure these out, then that tells us the sum of this, which would then tell us this, which we could probably just do that without having to do all that. We could just add it all at once, but let's do this 12 first. This has nice 5s in it. So 20, 30, 61, 72, 85. Very nice. And that actually makes this very nice, because not many things this could be anymore. Let's see. So 25, 35, 48. Come on, you got this. 56. Oh, well this is 50, 60. Yeah, why didn't I see that? 50, 60, 68. And that's going to end in a 1, so that's a... There we go. And... let's see. How do we want to do this? Let's just do the math for these 2, because those will be important math anyways. We know there's a 1 here because they're always in a 888. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's do the math here. I will do my weird form of math. So that's 10, 16, 24, 29, 32, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 110. So that's going to be 20? No. I'm missing something here. 5, 10, 16, 24, 29, 32, 40, 50, 70, 90, 100, 110, 118. Where am I missing my 8 from? 5, 10, 15, 21, 29, 32, 40. Oh, I wasn't counting this. Yeah, 118. Okay, that makes more sense. So this is a 17, which is always nice. And there we go. Yeah, 17 plus 18, 35. So this is a 10, but it cannot be this. So this has to be like that. And since this is an 8, we know this can't be a 7 or a 6, which makes that very nice too. Yeah, that does really nice wonders. Okay. And because we have 1, 2 here, we know that these are going to be 3, 5, 8, which is 16, which, nope, that doesn't work because this isn't a 5. Look at the numbers. This would be a 7, right? 15 plus 9, 24. Yep. And that helps out here. We know 1's here. We know 2's here. We know 5's here. We know 1 can't be here. And then it's going to be split out from there. But I feel like 18 over 5 is pretty wide. 1, 2, and 5 is going to be 8 over 3, and then it's 10. No, that does work out. It would be a 3, 4, 6, 7 situation. So that does work. Where are we? Where are we right now? That's what I need to know. 25 over 5? Is that anything? No. If 18 over 5 is nothing, then 25 over 5 is definitely not. Is definitely nothing. 11. That's nice. 13. No. Well, we at least have 3, 4 here, which I think means that this has to be 1, 3, 4. Right? Yeah, because that's the only option. Okay, so that actually opens this up to something like this. Yeah, something like that. And then anything else that we can do over here? I don't think so. Okay, so 6 and 7 being here. So 6 would be 9, 7 would be 8. So we know that this can't be a 9, which means that our 9's over here. And if this were 9, it could be 3, 6. If it were 7, couldn't be a 1, 7. But those are all totally allowable in the other scenarios, so can't really do much there. This shape is intriguing to me, and I want to try and figure out how to crack that, but I just can't quite dice it. That's also interesting. With this. Well, we know 2's down here. So that's something. we don't know much else. And unfortunately, this 6-7 is not really that restrictive. I'm actually going to clear this because it's not being that helpful. Here's something. The 7 can't be here. Obviously can't be here because that's 5. So 7 must be in here. So that means that the rest of these cells must equal 8. Okay, so that's 1 7. So it could be 2 6 or 3 5. Okay. That's something. Right? Right? Yes, because this can't be a 2 3 anymore. Because this is 2 3, there'd be no more place for the 7. So that means the 1 can't be here, which means the 1's over here. It doesn't do anything else, but it did solve that for us, so that's kind of nice. What else do we got? Oh, we have 7s up here. 7s could still be down here. I don't want to jump the gun on 7s down there. Not yet, anyways. But we do know 1 4 is here, so we can eliminate 1 4 and 7. So that would be 2 3 5 6 and an 8. Okay. That was nice. That was a nice little find. That also means the 4 is in here. Or down here on the bottom. But unfortunately, it doesn't really help out anymore. But we at least got something going. 5 and 3. 3s are up here. And 3s are down there on that side. Okay. You could do some sort of like theoretical work to figure out what these two could be. That could be fun. Let's see. I don't like necessarily always doing this. Okay, so 99. So this is either 9 or 10. So not really much information gleaned from that. Well, this is either 4 or 5. That is very helpful. So if it's 4, it's a 1 3. If it's 5, it's either 1 2 or 1 4 or 2 3. So in either scenario, this has to be like this, which is nice, which means 7 is somewhere in here, and so is 9. So let's do that. That's a nice little find. Oh, 7 could also be in here. Let's not forget that. Right. We just know that 1's in here. And because of the logic here, we know that 3 is definitively not here. We know 3's not here. We know that 2 could be, and 5, 6, and 8. And similarly down here. We know 1 can't be in here, but it could be here. This can't be a 3 because there's a 7 here. See? So that's nice to like eliminate a few numbers. It's always nice with these, is when you have like something like a 7, 8, or 9 impacting one of these, it can eliminate more than just the number that you're seeing. What else do we got? I mean, that seems pretty good. I wish I could do more. So let's fill out this finally. Let's see what we got here. So for so 3 is 7, 8, 9. 3 over 24, I mean. So this can't have a 1 in it. This can, but doesn't. This has to minimum have 2 in it, and if it does have 2, this would be where 7 would go, which would eliminate 7 here, and put the 7 here, because that would be the only place for it to fit, right? No. Could technically fit over here. What a conundrum. Can I figure out something here? 21, 30, 15, or 16? 15 over 3. Let's see what we got. So it can't be 1. Can't be a 3 or a 4. 2, 6, 7, or 2, 5, 8. Well, I guess we kind of knew that, but that also does make it clear that there's no 9 here, which puts the 9 here. See, this is why we keep whittling, you know, keep fiddling with it, seeing what falls out. Okay. So now we have an 8. 2 here. I don't believe that eliminates. No, it does eliminate the 6 from here. Yeah. Because there's a 7 there, it would have to be 2, 6. And if it's 6 there, then the only place for a 2 is there. And if there's a 6 there, there's nowhere else for the 2 to go. Okay. I guess this does help this out. And definitively puts a 2 here. Okay. Which then eliminates the 6 here. This also means that 6, 7 here would be too costly. Yes. And by too costly, I just mean like it would end up eliminating all the possibilities in this 12. So we don't want it. 2, 5, 8, that's nice. Oh, we had our relationship from before. This is a 4. Almost forgot about that. 1, 3. Sorry for people that were screaming. And that's not a 3. No. I was gonna check, because that's my habit, but I'm gonna, if I messed up, I messed up. Okay. 6, 8, which does look like 2, 4, 5, 9 here. That would be 3, 6. Nice. I love when a plan comes together. There we go. 6 can't go there. No 5s to speak of. Did I have anything for this? I don't think I did. At least not yet. This not having 2s or 3s is kind of interesting. It only has a 4, which would be 15, but I don't think that's going to work. Something's off. Yeah, 10 errors. That's nice. That's nice to know. Okay, let's back up. Backing up. Sometimes you mess up. Okay, so what was my wrong assumption here? Okay, so this I know has to be 3, 4, 6, 7. And I think everything right now, sometimes, listen. Okay, where's my error here? Now it's saying this, but I don't get that. Why would that not work? This is 93. So this is 94. This would have to be a 4. So that would be 1, 3. Let me just work through this. 95 would then be a 1, 4 or a 2, 3. Oh, I see what I did wrong. It eliminated this because this is either 3 or it is a 4. Like either there's a 3 here or a 4 here. In either scenario, there can't be a 3, 4 here. But there's nothing to eliminate this 3 or any other 3s. So we can actually put that 3 back. And put that 3 back. Okay. That makes sense. And then everything else should be fine. Now here, 21, 15. Oh, did I just only look at the 15 case and not the 16 case? I did. Two, 5, 9, 2, 6, 8. Oops. Two, 5, 8, 2, 6, 7. 2, 5, 9, 2, 6, 8. So that can't be it. So this would have to be a 2, 5, 9 in this situation. Because 2, 6, 8 would eliminate these. So let's see. And then here. Right? Yeah, 2, 5, 9. And then here. Puts a 9 here. I guess that also makes sense because. Wait, does it? Hold on. Yeah, no, that makes sense because it's assuming that it's an 8 anyways. Okay. I wonder if that's what we have to do though, is assume the statement is wrong. Why am I not looking at these doubles? Why was I not doing that this whole time? That seems like such an obvious thing to look for. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. That's frustrating. They were right there, and I just wasn't looking. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Right, and then this is 3, 8, 5, 6. Man. Oh, that bothers me. It was right here this whole time. I could have taken it, and I didn't. Like, similarly here, this now can't be a 1. Jeez. Oh man, that's killer. That is absolute killer. Okay. I'm just going through now, just to make sure I didn't mess anything else up. Oh my god. How did I not see that this whole time? It was right there. Nothing stopping it. This is way too many. Right? 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. That makes sense. Oh, man. Okay. Well, at least that helps this out. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these. Okay. Yeah, we'll mark that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still don't like these. Okay. Well, I guess this is a known quantity at this point. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. And this is 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. That makes sense. It's 15, 20, 25. Makes sense. Okay. Well, at least they make sense. That's always a good sign. 7 has to be in here. Okay, so this, well, we know that can't be 7. Dang it. You know, this can't be 7. That's a nice one. Alright, let's try this again. So 80. So 9. No. So we know 5 can't be down here. Because there's the 5 here, and we know 3 can't be down here. Can a 5 go here? That's what I need to know. So no 7s, no 4s. 5 can go in the situation of a 2, 5, 6. Is that possible? Be a 3, 8. 1, 9. That is possible. Okay. So we'll not consider it right now. This still can do this. That hasn't changed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has to have a 6. 1, 2, 4, 5. Nice. One, 2, 3, 4 seems like an interesting one. That's 1. This is 5, 7, 2. That makes this 3, 8 or 5, 6. 3 makes it a 10. 4, 6, 2, 8. 3, 7. Well, yeah. And then 4 makes it a 9, which doesn't help. Okay. 2 and 5. Anything? No. Okay. There's going to be something else that people are screaming at that I should be looking for, and I just don't see it. Just don't. I'm trying to look at shapes to see if I can see anything. But right now, there's nothing popping out. No, that's just a regular square. I was trying to make a square out of this, but didn't really work out into anything. Can I make a weird square? Weird squares are fun, but it doesn't look like I can. Well, I know this can't be a 9, so that's gotta be something. It's gotta be worth at least a little bit. And I know that can't be a 9. Ooh, wait. This 368. Okay, well, let's get rid of these. 368 here. Okay, this actually might be helpful to look at this. This becomes a 9 because no 9 here, no 9 here, no 9 here. No 9 here. This can't be 9. And voila, we have our 9. 9 in this column here. Which then means that this can't have a 5 in it. And 2, 4, 6, 8 works out. Very nice. Okay. Three, 6, 1, 2, 5. That should cover that. Okay. And everything's looking good so far. This can't be a 6. That's nice to know. So that pushes the 1s down here. I don't think I have anything that pushes the 1s anywhere else on that side, so I can't do anything. I've got a 4 here. So that's something. This is a 9, right? So this can't be 2, 6 anymore. So that's 2, 6. This can't be 10. Right. Okay. And that's where our 5 is up here. And that's where our 2 is up here. That puts our 6 here. Which means that this is now 2, 5. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put our 4 here, which makes this a 9. 2, 7, 4, 5, 3, 6, and 1, 8. Oh, and this actually solves this. Because we knew that this would have to be either a 5 or a 4, and if it's a 4, it has to be 5. So, that's nice. More nice things happening. This can't be 2-6 now, which means, or no. Sorry. It can't be 2-4 now. Almost screwed up again. But I feel like talking it through helps with that. 8 here, 9 here, 8 here, 9 here. 1, 7. And I think that's that for there. 6 and 8. Nice. And in case you remembered the solution from before, that's how the 3 came about. Yeah, when that situation happens, I try and just not use that information. Feel like it makes me better at solving if I try not to cheat myself out of that sort of stuff. But obviously this is just for my own entertainment, so if I do get overly frustrated, maybe sometimes I will take a peek, but not usually. 3, 5, 1, 7. Nothing. And I don't have any way of eliminating this right now, so this is still 2, 4, 6, 8. But this is now a 9. So this is actually 1, 3, 5, 7. And we know that this can't be an 8 because of here. We know this can't be a 4 because of here. Right? Because of that. Can this be a 3 or a 7? It still can. But 3, 7 here means that this has to be 6, 8. Oh. Intriguing. Forgot about this guy because it was so pointless before. This has to be 9. So now we can actually get rid of these. 8, 6, 4, 6. Sorry, 2, 8. That's what I meant. 3, 7, 2, 8, 8, 3, 3, 3, 5. 1, 5, 6, 5, 5. 5. What else do we got going on here? 1, 3, 6, 8. Nothing. 9, 3, 1, 7. So we know this is going to be 7. Right? Yeah, because it can't be anywhere else. Which means that this has to be 7. Doesn't solve all the 7s yet, but it gets there. 1 plus 7 is 8, so this also has to be a 9. Yeah. 1, 8 or 3, 6. Okay. Moving quite a bit faster now. 3, 8, 8, 3. 5, 1, 9, 2, 4, 9. Ooh, hello. That's got to be a 9. And this now has to be a 9. Which makes this 17, which means that this has to be 1, 2. Okay, we're making our way downtown, walking fast and homebound. Right, that still makes sense. 11, 3, 8, nice. Don't have a way of eliminating that, but let's see, can I get this to a place I can? 3, 5, 3, 5, 8. Well, now we're in a bit of a pickle. I gotta look. Okay, so that's all unique. This is all unique. That's unique. Ones are there. 3? 3. Hey. Just needed to keep scanning. Sometimes that's all it needs. Okay, 4, 6, 4, 7, 1, 6, 7, nothing. This is looking like that. Six, 3, 4, 7, 3, 6, 7, 4, 6. I know that has to be that. Is there something there that I just didn't see for the longest time? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Now, okay, and now this has to somehow total. Well, that's 8. Wait. No, that's right. 5 plus 3. Oh, because it is. Oh, my brain. My brain is going. Don't worry about me when I'm gone. All right. There we go. Just keep looking. Sorry. Got excited. A little bit longer than I wanted. Obviously, we had the big mess up in the middle, but these things happen. So, on to the last, and we'll see what we get. Alrighty, here we go. So, right off the bat, there's this 1, 2, 3. Very nice shape. And we have this nice little pair here. I'm going to keep looking this time because last time I got fixated. Didn't see things obvious like this. So this is, let's see. Well, this is a 41 row, so we can just look at the ones digits. So 0, 8, so this has to be a 7. Oh, that's an interesting shape. Does it do anything for me? It does tell me this by way of this. Actually, it tells me that without having to do as much math. Nice. Okay. So we can figure that one out. 5, 10, 15. And we're going to make sure we count everything. 5, 10, 15. 5, 10, 15. 24. 26, 28, 29. Don't forget this guy. 49, 69, 99, 10, 9, 11, 9, 12, 9. And this is a 135, so that should be a 6. And just to make sure I did my math right, there we go. Do not want that to be hanging over me like it was the last time. Let's see. I wonder, I feel like there might be something here. Yeah, this can't be 3/8. That's nice. I don't think there's anything else beyond that, but that's still good to know. Okay. This I know can't be less than 4, and I think it must contain 09, if I remember right how this one works. So these are all, let me just mark these down. These are all ones that I know for sure. No question. Just lock it in, you know? Okay. So with that, let's do this math. So we've got 5, 14, 15, 17, 23, 27, 37, 57, 67, 87, 97? Yeah, nice. And because of this being locked in, we can do that. And that means that this is either 12 or 13, which means it has to be here, and it cannot be a 3. So, all very nice, well and good. And that cannot be a 9, can also not be 1, 2, or 3. So, good progress made. Similar thing happening here. Anything else that's going on? Ooh. Oh, never mind. That curves. That would be interesting. There was just fake boxes. Be crazy. It's 15. We already know some of these. Let's see. 15 over 3. We know this can't be a 1. 2, 4. Something like this. Oh, we also can figure out this one. That might actually also be helpful. So this is 40, 55, so this is 10. Two, right? And then this has to be 2, 3, 7, 8, 4, 6. Get that out of there. Shablam. Hello. Okay, so this is 1, 2. So this can't actually be 9 anymore. So it's either 5, 7, or 5, 8, which means that this has to be no 5s here. And this can't be a 5. Right? Yeah, this is all correct. I get nervous with that because it's like, I feel like I'm making too much progress, especially on a puzzle that's supposed to be harder. So always try and double check if I can. Yeah, you'll see me do that. Okay, so we know this is 10. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 9 here. 5 here. This is 20 over 3. Interesting. So we know this is a 1 or a 2. Well, I guess that makes sense if we looked at it from there. 164. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything that would contradict? No. Nothing that would contradict here. So we just know that this can't be 7 or 8. And, ooh, this is only 8 over 3. That's actually really good. 8 over 3 is pretty limiting. Yeah, see? I know it's good. I'm trying to underline. Not trying to figure out if it's good or not. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this can't be 1s anymore. Can't be 9. And it has to contain a 4 or a 6. Okay. Anything that would be weird? 3, 4, no. 2, 6, no. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6 is not possible. Because if it was, it would cross over. So, there we go. So we know 5 is here, or it's in the 8 group, is basically how this works out. Which seems interesting, but you never know with these things. This shouldn't tell me anything really, to be honest, but I just like to do this just to be clear. Six, 2, 3, yeah. Just doesn't really reveal much. It's a frustration, but these things happen. Actually, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Not yet, anyways. But we actually know this number, right? Because we know this. No, we just know that it'll equal 90, or a multiple of it. And we know it's 16 too, so we can't figure that part out of it. Okay, well, we know this is this. Not much being told there. Okay, so this is where it can get challenging with these puzzles. No, we said this was 7, right? Yeah. Just want to double check. You never know with these things. We said that this was nothing? No, we didn't find out what these were. I think I'm thinking of the old puzzle. The old puzzle, we figured out what those were. Can we somehow construct a block? Not really, it seems. We can do this, but that doesn't seem helpful. We could also do this, but this just reveals the fact that that's 7 again. Well, let's see what we got here. So let's say this is 4, 8, this is 1, 5, this is 2, 9. Nothing. Sorry, 4, 8, 1, 5, 2, 9. So that's 3, 6. Now let's say this is 3, 9, 5, 6. 2, 4. So this is 1, 8. Or it is 3, 6, so it cannot be 4, 5. It also can't be 4, 5 because of this thing. That makes sense. 3, 8's already been eliminated. Is there any others down here? 2, 6? No. That would be if there was an 8. There's not. 2, 5, 7, 7. 11's already gone. 7. Man, why can't there be a 7 down here? Yeah, that's all of that. No, these can't be 1. I think this can still be 1. Yeah, can. I had a hunch, but I just wanted to confirm my hunch, as it were. And just let's update these. And I think what we want to try and do is look for a critical value and do a classic guess and check method. But let me just make sure I'm not missing any like small candidate cells. Yeah, we got that. Okay. Nope. Not missing any. So let's see how we want to do this. Let's do U as our critical candidate. So we'll say that this is a 1. And this is where I can sometimes get frustrated. I'm sure there's like some other what's it called? Some other method for figuring this out, but I can't do it, seemingly. So this is 1, 3, no, 4. So just doing a classic guess and check sort of deal. And we'll see how far we go. Hopefully not very far. I mean, hopefully we actually get far, but by hopefully not very far, I mean hopefully if there is a contradiction it shows up quickly, because that's basically all we're shooting for here right now, is any sort of contradiction, like this one. 2, 3, and 3, 8 cannot be simultaneously true. So we wind back to when we made this guess. Shablam. And now we know that this has to be that, there, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5. There we go. Probably could have done something to figure that one out before we started doing our guess and checks, but like I said, I couldn't see it at the time. 2, 7, 8. Is there anything else? And another good sign that this is probably true is because of the fact that it petered out pretty quick. Yeah. Usually the correct things in these puzzles do not lead to like an avalanche or a cascade of solutions. They lead to very minor improvements, usually. Not always, but I don't want to go back to guessing if I can help it. 3, 8, 9. Is there really no way to check this guy? So we know it's not 6. We know it's... Well, this is going to obviously wind up being anything that wasn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I would say 5 is the only one, which is the one that I do not care about. Anything else? I can't see anything. This can't be 5, 7 because of that. Because of this up here, which is nice. Okay, I gotta move my cat. Yes. Trying to sit pretty, but got my view. Unfortunate for him. I'm not seeing anything else that can help me out here. Like I know one has to be down here, but I can't see anything else. Yeah, and that's not an impactful decision. I think the only other impactful decision I can make, and we'll see how impactful it really is here. So we'll, yeah, we'll try here. Sorry, I just had to go quiet there for a second while I tried to work out what was going on. Okay. Nothing, right? 1 or 3 just eliminates this. 8 or 9 here eliminates just that. Oh, wait. This can't be a 4 or a 5. Seven, 2, 3, 6. 2, 8 or 3, 7. Man. I don't think I have enough to keep going. Which means it might be correct. And that's frustrating. Nothing else? No. Okay. Could not see anything else that would let me keep plugging away, so let's put in a 3 and see what happens. Obviously, these go away. 8, 4, 9. Well, that's a nice little fallout. That no matter what happens, this is always how this works. Very nice. No, that's fine. This no longer a 2. I don't think anything else, but we were able to see that no matter what we choose, this always happens. Which seems important, because that means that there's no more 5 actually. And no more 2. Yes. That was very important to look into. Even though it didn't end up leading to contradictions, it at least led to seeing where this stuff falls through. That was very good. Yeah, that was really good. And now there's no 4 or 5 here, which I didn't see before because I wasn't looking as hardly as I'd imagine. So we got no 4, 5, no 3. And then 03 just becomes from no 4 or 5. And it has to have 8 or 9. So 1, 6, 9, 1, 7, 8, or 2, 6, 8. this. Okay, so now these two are seeing each other. So let's actually make this a little bit easier. There we go. 1, 6. Does that screw anything up? Doesn't seem to. Six becomes 2, 3, 7, 8. This would not be able to be a 6. It would have to be a 1. 1 up top. Okay. 1, 7, 8 then. 1, 7. No, that seems too hard to figure out right now. Let's see. Where else can we look? I mean, we can just fill this in now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, sorry, not 6. Numlock, please. Thank you. Yeah. That's just me checking the time, in case you're wondering what that little brief pop-up window is. Now this can have it. Okay. It's like trying to see if this has to have one, and it definitely can. Are there any other critical points? I mean, I guess these have become critical points. So let's try these, right? So before we go, yeah. Sorry. There we go. And immediately find one. So, very good. Very effective discovery. Yeah. Love it when that happens. It's not always nice or pretty when it happens, but it does always lead to very impactful discoveries very quickly. So this has to be the 4. Somewhere. One of these 3 cells has it. Yeah. Do we do one more guess? One more critical value? Let's do it. Alright, we'll do here. Three, 2, 6. Oh, yeah. It's just not very impactful right there. I guess the only other option would be to do one of these. But the annoying part is it's unclear how this will work. This, though, could work, actually. Let's try this. This actually might be more critical than anything else. 2, 3. Because this seems to bounce, which is nice. It's always nice when things bounce. Because it means you can spot contradictions very quickly if they happen. Which I'm not seeing yet, but doesn't mean it won't happen eventually. So nothing two in there. So let's see if we can get. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Well, this still works. So done the 1/8. Wait a minute. No. Sorry, I thought I had seen a thing. I did not. But it looked like a thing for a brief second. So. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah. this without a 4 and without a 1. Comes this. Okay. Two, 5, 7. So it has to be like this. Interesting. No 6 either. Eight, 7, 9. Maybe we hit it? Maybe. We'll see. We will see for sure. I think that's also a thing that I just found. But we will get back to that. Oh, sorry. 16 plus 4. Oops. Like that. 6. Ooh. Ooh. This actually might be it. This might be it. Things are lining up very nicely right now, which it's either the worst thing imaginable or it's you've found the what's it called, the key. Oops. And this is feeling a lot like we might have found the key here. But I don't want to speak too soon. Because you never know with these things. You just never do. Man. Okay. I mean, if this isn't the key, this is such a promising turn. It's kind of crazy. 5, 7, 8. Like, yeah, this. Man, I'm just like really hopeful right now that this is our time to shine. That we managed to get the right answer off of happenstance, which does happen stancely. Let's see. This might have happened. Oops. No. Do not ruin this yet. Wow. Amazing. Alright. Well, that took forever. So, hour 41 is what I have here, but it'll probably be cut down for breaks and everything else. Thanks for watching. Hope to get to do it again the next day. Bye.